Hello and welcome back to our unit on communities and populations. This lesson 1.4 talks about the biodiversity crisis. My name is Lauren Davis. I'm one of the instructors of this class. So biodiversity simply means the variety of life, how many different species inhabit our planet, or could be talking about just an area on our planet, but biodiversity just talks about the number of different species. It's said that we've discovered about 1.9 million species that are living on this planet, which is just a fraction of the total amount of species that we think are here and exist on our planet. Some scientists say that there are probably up to 8.8 million species of living organisms, and so we've discovered maybe a quarter of that amount. So biodiversity just simply means how many different species are living on our planet. It's important to have a very diverse planet full of different types of species, and we get a lot of our medicines, our food, our different things that we use in everyday life from the living organisms that inhabit our planet. So there might be cures for diseases out there that we may never have known that existed until we go out and discover the new species and what they might do for our human population. So, it's good to have a lot of diverse, different types of plants and animals living on our planet, and it's good to go out and discover them and see what else is living out there. And so, when we talk about a biodiversity crisis, that just means that because of human impact on our planet, a lot of our species of organisms that exist out there are being impacted and possibly going extinct because of human actions. There's been about 5 big mass extinctions throughout the geologic time. Okay, and about 99% of all of the different species of organisms that have inhabited our planet since its beginning have gone extinct. Now they're talking about the 6th mass extinction, and this mass extinction will be based on humans' impact on the planet. And so we need to really understand the life on our planet, how the human population is affecting the different species that inhabit our planet. And when one species goes extinct, it affects the other species in that same community. And so we need to understand how we are affecting the planet and what we can do about it. So you can see here that these two lines talk about human population growth, which we talked about in previous lessons. You can see that that's been a rise exponentially in the human population of our planet. And along with that, we've seen that extinctions are taking place too. And so this is a good example of showing that as the human population goes up, so do the extinctions of species on our planet. So extinctions can happen in many different ways, just overuse of a resource like salmon or trees or logging or other plants and animals that we use in everyday life. And so sometimes extinctions can happen just because we overuse them and then the populations disappear. But other things can happen to make populations disappear too. So as humans inhabited the whole Earth from pole to pole and start moving from one area to another, we also take the organisms with us that came from our place of origin. And so if we take an organism out of its natural environment and put it into a different environment that it wasn't originally from, then it's going to impact that environment. For example, rabbits, as they populated Australia, it became a really big problem because there was no natural predators for rabbits because that wasn't their natural environment, and they ended up causing great damage to the fields and the grasslands of Australia, and that caused more erosion because the grass disappeared because they were consumed by the rabbit population of Australia. That's just one example of a non-native species getting transplanted to another area and taking over the area because there were no natural predators in that area. One example from here on the Oregon coast is many years ago they decided to take the dunes that were moving from one place to another and plant European beach grass on it. There was no natural predators for European beach grass, so the beach grass took over the whole dunes, and it became a problem because there was just absolutely no dunes left because of this European beach grass. And later they tried to pull it out and get rid of it, but it's so much part of our environment now that it took over the whole ecosystem. And so it's an example of humans trying to change the environment with other species, and that never really works out too well. And so species can go extinct because of that human involvement. We can also make the difference. Okay, we can understand the environment more and how the native species in any particular ecosystem are important to that ecosystem by increasing the knowledge that we have of our particular ecosystems.